I apologize. You would have won by another 4 or 5 points had I not endorsed it. Then I told her what old Jim Easton from Mississippi said to me once. I was running for re-election in 1972, or excuse me, 76, and I was in rough shape. And school busing was a giant issue in my state, and the teachers were on strike, and the school didn't start until the end of October that year. It was a tough race. I walked in the Senate dining room when we were waiting to get out of session, and I was flunking to go the slope of the shoulder test. You always tell how a candidate's doing. How's your race going? We're really doing well, you know. But the woman in man said, well, I don't know, it's a tough race, bet on that one. And he asked me what the problem was. I told him what the problem was. And he looked at me and he said, he never called me once, but he never called me senator. He always called me son. And he said, son, what old Jim Easton do for me in Delaware? I said, well, someplace you could help and someplace you hurt, Mr. Chairman. He said, well, I'll come to Delaware campaign for you or against you, whichever would help you most. That's what I promised to say, but I'm glad this is maybe going to help, I hope. United States Marine Corps, Naval Academy graduate, first woman to fly a combat mission in F-18. 289 missions, combat missions in Iraq and Afghanistan, which I've been combined into over 40 times, against Al-Qaeda and the Taliban. So you see these heroes actually in action in those fronts. You don't fully understand what they do. Afghanistan is a godforsaken monster. I've flown over almost every bit of it. And I tell you, I admire the heck out of what you've done. 89 combat missions against Al-Qaeda and the Taliban, and now you're 90 missions. Determination to level the playing field for people in Bath County, for people in Kentucky, for people all around America, because so many people have been left behind. She's a mom of 3 beautiful kids, married to Lieutenant Commander Eric Henderson, U.S. Navy retired, proud to be the daughter of Donald and Dr. Mary Ann McGrath. Dad taught high school English, the teacher's whole life. And the dad I just found out who actually, before he died, he was reading a book about my son Bo. My son Bo was like you guys. And I didn't realize, Lieutenant Commander, that he had met my son Bo. My son Bo was a major in the United States Army. Spent as a civilian, as a U.S. prosecutor, spent almost a year in Kosovo trying to help set up the system. And all 3 of these guys, and I say guys, all 3 of you, are driven by a sense of honor, a sense of duty, where your word is your bond, where you do what you say, where you understand that things are much bigger than just you. That's the mark of this. In my view, you want to understand her, meet her mom. Mom, raise your hand. Come on. Throughout her life, Mary Ann was forced to face just about every kind of obstacle you can imagine. Her mom survived childhood polio and breast cancer. As a young woman, despite her lack of mobility, she decided she wanted to be a pediatrician, when becoming a doctor was still, quote, a man's job. But none of that stopped Mary Ann. She went out Congress today. Before I talk to you about a few issues that have been standing a long time, and I apologize, before I talk about the economy and health care and infrastructure, I want to say something that's been on my mind for a while. Folks, you know what I know. This is not hyperbole. This election is bigger than politics. Like this. Never. Our basic values, our basic American values are under assault. Values the folks right here in Black County teach their children every single day about decency, respect, leaving no one behind, giving hate no safe harbor. That's what you teach your children. It's not how to think about it. I mean, it's literally. That's what you teach your children. These are the values that help this great nation together. A people as a people defined by our values. Folks, we're the shining city on the hill. We've been able to lead the world not just because of the exercise of our power, but the power of our example. There's no saying back my way. The next person anyone from out of town with a briefcase. I don't have a briefcase, but I tell you what, I am an expert on foreign policy. I've done it my whole life. Let me tell you something. Our reputation is being tarnished. I was in Copenhagen not long before that with groups of heads of state. They're asking me, Joe, what's going on? No, I mean this sincerely. I'm not looking for applause or booze or anything. Just listen for a second. They genuinely don't see America. They wonder what is going on now. And today, the example we're showing the rest of the world is sad. Our values are being shredded. Our democracy is under assault. The president has put his own interests before those of our ideals. Amassing power, abusing power. And here's the part, guys. As I think Governor Beshear, who I know best, will say, I don't know many Republicans who don't respect me in the United States Congress. Every time we got into control, no, I don't say that. Every time we ever had trouble with the administration, I was the guy that got sent up to the Hill to try to sort it out. Because they know I respect them. I learned early on from the great man named Mike Mansfield, majority leader. It's always appropriate to question another man or his judgment. It's never appropriate to question the motive. Because you don't know the motive. And once you question the motive, you can never get to a consensus. And so, here's this Republican. This is not just about the Republican Party. These folks are choosing party over country. I'll give you an example. The last Supreme Court justice was sent up, and the president, everybody that acted exactly next to the president, was sent this particular justice up. He was mainstream centrist judge. He wanted somebody much more liberal. But here's the deal, guys. One of the reasons I did, 34 Republican senators had said before we sent them up wonderful things about them. But we sent them up and they wouldn't hold the hearing almost for a year. So I called about a dozen of our Republican colleagues and said, you know what you're doing? You're damaging the court. You are abusing the Constitution. The president must propose and you must dispose. And everyone but one said, I know you're right, Jim, but I can't. Why? We all say basically the same thing. If I call for a hearing, Koch brothers will drop 10, 12, $15 million in the race. I don't know. Serious. Yep. You notice not a single Republican leader has been beaten coming from the right. I mean, from the left. It's all from the right. A combination of gerrymandering and unlimited campaign spending that is not transparent has changed the nature of our politics. Now we have a partner who knows better. I promise you, I promise you, significant number of senators in the United States Senate Republican Party know what's going on this time. And by the way, one of the reasons why it's so important to bring back the House and the Senate is what's going to happen. Nobody wants to be the final vote. We saw that in Kavanaugh. Nobody wants to be the final vote, but if there's enough Democrats that can produce a win, you'll see a lot of Republicans joining the win. President Obama and I agreed that when this president was elected, we gave space to be set up. That's what W did for us. That's what every president, outgoing administration does for any country. We said we're not going to comment. Let him get his feet on the ground. But folks, I couldn't remain silent anymore when I saw horrific events coming out of the historic city of Charlottesville, Virginia. I wrote an article for Atlantic saying we're in a battle for America's soul. Here's the deal, guys. No president I'm aware, at least since the Civil War, has ever, when you see these folks crawling out from under a rock, carrying torches coming out of the field, chanting, singing exact anti-Semitic Bible that was chanted in the streets of Nuremberg and Berlin, carrying swastikas, accompanied by white supremacists, and then confronted by those who disliked what they were doing. And the president and the alt-right, the Bannon, and the rest referred to them as they're good people on their side. Folks, it's more than just our children listening. Not different. Our children are listening. And our silence is complicity. Animals seen on our border, and I was asked this when I was just recently in London. Babies, infants being ripped from their mothers' arms. Fathers not being able to find where their parents are today. Praying in the hopelessness and despair of communities under great stress. It's not Let's not forget, the world's watching this. They see a president who has debased our values and seized global leadership to turn to guns. Look, taking the word on the world stage of a dictator like Putin, who I know is better than Trump is. I've spent more time with him. I'm not sure now I spent more time. But today I spent more time with most any American leader. Taking the word in public, the world stage, of Putin over an entire intelligence community. It's changing what we call love letters to flat-out murder of Kim Jong-un and North Korea. But think of this, guys. It's not just a word of boo. Namely, presidents ever done this.
Nobody.
Crazy dictators and autocrats head to state in Turkey, China, the Philippines, while at the same time attacking our allies at the same time. Our reputation internationally